Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Mike again. This is my favorite video that I do every month. We're going to be going over all the companies that paid me dividends. I got 6 companies from the month of February that paid me. It's been my highest month ever, so I'm starting to see the returns of all that money going in. So we're not going to take too long. We'll get into this video. Stick around toward the end. That way I can tell you how much I made. Alright everyone, in this video we're talking about passive income from dividends, but that's not the only way you can get your passive income. As always, click those links down in the description. That's going to get you your Webull, your M1 Finance, and your Coinbase referrals. That's going to get you some free money, some free stocks, helps you out in the long run. Why not take free money? Go ahead and click those and get started today. And of course, as always, if you like the content, you want to see more of it, if you want to follow along with my financial journey, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button down below. Gets our video out there to more followers, and hopefully we can keep kind of doing these weekly videos for everyone. All right, everyone, let's jump into these dividends from February. Again, it was my highest month. We'll add up the total here at the end, but we'll keep this pretty short and simple. We'll go through these 6 companies that paid me. And that first stock is none other than Old Faithful, AT&T, on February 1st. I had 30.28 shares of AT&T at the ex-dividend date, and that paid me out a total of $15.75 for the quarter, which is a huge amount for me. 52 cents per share. They haven't quite raised their dividend yet. To be able to keep that dividend king streak alive, they're going to have to raise that at some point throughout the year. It'd probably be just a penny as they're in massive debt. We went over a little bit in the last video about their 5G spectrum auction and things of that nature. So I'm expecting that to go up to 53 cents by the end of the year. So yeah, $15.75 from AT&T. Huge gain. I think that's more than I made all of last month. We'll take a look at the spreadsheet and just make sure here in a second. And on February 8th, for my 1 share of Texas Instruments, I got $1.02. I put out a video not too long ago about Texas Instruments and why I believe they're a really good dividend growth company. I think they've grown their dividend 18% or so over the last 3 years consecutively. So I'm hoping that that really kind of takes off, and obviously I want to add more shares to Texas Instruments going forward. But not a bad start with Texas Instruments. It's my first dividend from them. $1.02 on February 8th just for owning that single share. In one of my dividend stocks to watch from the last video, Procter & Gamble, I had 2.99 shares of Procter & Gamble, and on February 16th, they paid me $2.36 for those 3 shares. Love Procter & Gamble. We went over all their brands in the last video and how diverse they are and how they pretty much hold every household product. This is one of those positions I really want to put money into. I think it's a very slow growing stock over the next 5-10 years, but with the dividends, very safe to keep my money, be able to get a little dividend return back into it, slight capital gains. Love Procter & Gamble, $2.36 for the month of February. And of course, everyone's favorite monthly dividend stock, O Realty, the monthly dividend company. I had 13.55 shares of O Realty for a total of $3.16 for the month. Again, these are a little bit lower dividend totals per share because they are given monthly instead of quarterly. So a little bit lower on the dividend payment per share on these, but again, a little faster of a snowball as you get those dividends and you're able to reinvest them every single month as opposed to every 3 or 4 months. And another monthly dividend investment for me is going to be SPHD. I had 25.37 shares of SPHD for a total of $3.69. Same goes as the O Realty. It's just a monthly share, monthly dividend payer. So it's about 15 cents per share, give or take. That fluctuates with what's in that ETF. But on the average, it's between 12 and 15 cents per share. So this month I got a total of $3.69. That's jumping right back into dividend reinvestment, the drip as you will, and that's going to buy me more shares of SPHD. I'm hoping to get that to a point where it's just on autopilot, where every time I get a dividend from SPHD, it can hopefully afford another share. It's going to take me quite a few of those to do that every month, but that's the goal. We're going to get there. And last but certainly not least, on February 26th, I got my dividend from Citigroup. I own 10 shares of Citigroup, and that paid me a total of $5.15 or 51 cents per share, which is about the same as AT&T, give or take a penny. Citigroup has been a pretty surprising stock for me. I bought them at a really low PE ratio of around 6 or 7 at the time when the banks were just really trading low. I jumped into Citigroup because it felt like the best the best bang for my buck from where it was priced. It was definitely below its competitors of like JP Morgan and those kinds of stocks. So doing the comparison there, I kind of jumped at Citigroup because I feel like I got more bang for my buck, a little bit more stocks for less money. Jumped at Citigroup, and it's been doing pretty well for me. It's got a really nice return, good dividend yield. So $5.15 from Citigroup, and that's going to end up being my 6 companies that paid me for the month of February. So if we go ahead and tally up those 6 companies and what they paid me in dividends this month, I'm going to end up with $31.15, which is by far my best month since I started doing dividend investing back in August of 2020 or so. Pulling up my spreadsheet right here, you see that my very first month of dividend payments was $3.60. So you can see I've just been doing really, really well as far as that growth goes. Of course, every 3 months is probably going to have a boom. AT&T right now is definitely probably my biggest holding, and they do have the highest dividend yield. As I mentioned, I'm trying to not be quite as diversified with AT&T. I'm trying to get them to 100 shares. That way I can run the wheel strategy, hopefully bring in a little more passive income. Once I hit AT&T, I'll probably go with Pfizer, which are my 2 cheaper per stock holdings. Hopefully start running the wheel strategy with those over and over again, grabbing in some extra income, reinvesting into other companies, into the things that I can't quite afford a full share of every week when I put money in. If I'm only putting in $55 per week, I can't really go out and buy $170 J&J share. So if I can start doing a little more passive income with these wheel strategies, and hopefully I can try to increase my investments per week and do a little more damage with this snowball going forward. But $31.15, like I said, just the AT&T dividend alone this month was more than I made last month at $13.32. I'll scroll up here and show the little timeline here, a nice little jump. I fully expect that to kind of dip back down with no AT&T on board next month. So we'll see how it goes. It's definitely it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, but it's always fun to watch that number go up. Again, that's all for me. 6 companies that pay me dividends. Thank you for joining. I hope to see everybody next week, and I hope everyone has a blessed week going forward. Take care.